Hey, great Thursday evening. It is a beautiful evening. I won't say in the city of Brownsville because I'm not exactly sure how things are going in the city of Brownsville in regards to the weather.
Okay.
But in Oaxaca, let me tell you, it is very pretty, very beautiful. It stands on its own. I'm having a great time. Got to meet some people here locally from the church. Had a meal with them today and going to meet up with them in a little bit, probably like at 8:30, 8:45. So it'll be a quick show, guys. And I apologize for that. I apologize for the hour change, everything.
Yeah, what happened there?
Well, when you're out on vacation, when you're out away, you have to sometimes, restructure your time. And it's just been one of those days. But I will be on tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning and hopefully on time and be able to be as long as I need to. It's just different being on YouTube and not being on Facebook. It's kind of trippy because
I'll share it right now. I'll share it there so people can find you on YouTube, on Facebook.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
By now, I'm used to seeing like 100 people on, and now because of YouTube, because of the hour change and everything, we've got 3.
Oh my God, really? It's okay. Well, we'll see what we can do about that. So we're good. Let's see. I'll share it on Facebook and see if people will find it.
I feel like Roman and Frankie.
Well, welcome to my world here. Let me post on Facebook because I forgot I could share it. I actually have Facebook. I can actually do that.
I can't do that.
I know. What happened? Explain to everybody because people have asked me, like, what happened there?
Well, I know somewhere like, what do you mean he's in jail? It's not jail, guys. It's not like right now, filming from prison. I'm in Facebook jail, and that's because of the video that we shared in regards to the bullying that was happening in Los Fresnos. But let me tell you guys, I don't regret it. I do it again. We brought awareness to the situation. Action will be taken. They've been very, very hush-hush in regards to what. And I'm very, very proud of what we did. So, it's okay. Let me say, I think the topic that I think is on everyone's mind, the 5 people that are on, is
I'm sorry. Figuring how high I can put my phone without people seeing my phone because I'm freaky like that. But I don't want people thinking like, ooh, something getting out. Okay, well, sorry.
The main topic that everyone's talking about is, the tremendous silence, Treygate. And
Treygate, but spell it out. Is it with an X?
Treygate, yeah.
Treygate.
And let me say, guys, is that last week, I want to share that last week, I think I even talked to Roman about it. Is that last week I was, and it's not that I was down in the dumps, but last week I was going like, why do I put myself through the scrutiny that I put myself through? I mean, I literally have a great life. I love my family. I love my girls. I love traveling. I'm doing well at work. Then I get, people are not going to care anyway. And then Treygate happens. And, we put out there in regards to, them acquiring the Coca-Cola building. And I'm very, very proud that a lot of folk out there started to question. I'm glad that Roman on his show went out there and questioned. I'm glad that Frankie went out there and questioned. And I think a lot of other individuals, were sharing and asking what is going on. I'm very glad that Juan Montoya from the Run also ran with it himself. Let me say, guys, running with stories like that isn't easy. It isn't easy for Roman. It isn't easy for Frankie. It isn't easy for Juan Montoya. It's not easy for me, man, because you want to believe. And look, I was talking to Frankie earlier. We want to believe that, Trey has nothing to do with this. I had said it many months ago, maybe a couple of years ago even. And I was talking to Frankie about that. And, I think that Trey was really one of our last hopes in regards to, honest politicians. This was before. I just don't think that now. I don't. And I know that Roman still holds some faith.
I always hold. I'm like that guy that that is beaten up I don't know how many times by his wife. Not that I'm beating about my wife, and just like, oh, she'll change. She'll stop beating me up. She'll change. She will, and she never changes.
She does beat him up though.
Hey, be nice. My wife is watching. Okay, be nice.
Oh, she's one of the 11 people that are watching.
Well, yeah, she didn't have a Facebook account, but she's watching. She's watching. She told me she's watching. So there you go. Yeah. Hi. Didn't mean to accuse you of beating up your husband.
But I'm very, very proud. I had a conversation with a local blogger today, and they said, Erasmo, have you seen the crap that you started? And, guys, and let me say, for me, that was a major compliment, guys. It was a major, major compliment because, it is, we need, as Lolita's saying, we need to be that earthquake. We need to be that force that, asks the questions that, it's just wanting answers. And look, one of the things that I think that we've been misconstrued, because they always say, well, just be negative, or they hate Brownsville. We want something better for Brownsville. And look, as one of the things that I hope that all of us can do, Royal, Roman, Frankie, I hope that we can ignite that passion for civic duty amongst our individuals and ask questions. You have a right to ask questions of elected officials. Like, why are you buying the Coca-Cola building for 2/3 of its value? Why did you buy it from someone who doesn't speak English and doesn't know what she signed over to you? Why did you apply for a grant as owners of this company's corporation, this LLC? Is the money that should have gone to businesses here in the city of Brownsville that are actually struggling, guys. And I'm sorry, I know Trex is a friend of Roman still. I'm sorry, guys. Trey does not need that money. Does not need that money.
Are we able to get that application or that public record to be able to get that application?
Let me say, Roman, is that if you go back, I sent you a link to the agenda. If you
no, you didn't. I didn't send a link. I only saw screenshots.
I'll send you the link to the agenda. Well, even in the screenshots, Roman, it specifically states that as owners of the property, they are requesting the $200,000 as owners of the property. Because the question was asked, and I think that's where you're getting your doubt. The question was asked by Juan Montoya. Well, are they the owners, or are they acting as the brokers? In the application for BCIC to get the grant money, they are listed as the owners of Urban 8. That is shady, because what company, Roman? What company is that after 3 months of existence can qualify for a $200,000 grant?
It's disconcerting. No, the reason I was asking, can we get the application? Because I'd like to know more about what they wanted to do with this $200,000. What was there? Who signed it? Who approved it? Because I'm wondering, since Trey and Ramiro are supposedly the owners of this Urban 8 properties, well, it had to be signed by somebody. Which one of them signed it? Who is the lead person of the two partners? Who's the lead partner? Maybe there's a silent partner, but even though they signed, so who is it? I'd like to know who's the one leading this, because I still have my doubts that Trey is the one doing this. I really do, because he's my friend. Ramiro is an acquaintance, so I'm gonna go with my friend over to. But I'm that spouse that keeps getting beaten up. Like, I'm not gonna believe.
One of the things that I learned from from Dodici was that Trey was the big because there's three partners in Dodici. There's
right.
The guy with
him, Dante. Yeah, Dante. That's Dante with the beard, and then the guy from the park, the coffee shop,
Graham. And Graham, I think, gave like $2,500 to $5,000. Dante gave like another $10,000, and then Trey came down with a big old check of money. I'm going to guess that that's the same thing with this organization. Is Trey gave the bulk of the money, to start it off, which, I mean, it didn't cost him anything. It cost him, $375 to file the LLC. And as an attorney, he's not even going to pay attorney fees to do that, Roman. But they are listed as the owners of it. I'm going to guess that Ramiro's responsible. This is a guess. Ramiro's responsibilities was to do the legwork and to get as much money as they could from the city of Brownsville. Again, my concern, Roman, look, our people in the city of Brownsville, all small business, have gone through hell and a half because of the pandemic, Roman. Mm-hmm. Hell and a half. Not only that, a lot of our local small business owners down Boca Chica have suffered greatly because of the median and, people not wanting to drive down Boca Chica down to their shops. So what happens is you've got individuals out there that could have used that money for themselves to help themselves to, up their business, to continue to pay those salaries for something.
Mm-hmm. And all of this money that was doled out today by the BCIC, all of the applicants were for establishments downtown, right? In historic downtown?
Yes.
And so is this money the part of the Elon money, or is this money tax dollar money that's coming to these people? And maybe I'm interested in knowing which money it is, because if it wasn't open up for all the entire city, which is downtown, then it's almost coming from its Elon money to BCIC over to these companies or these establishments downtown. And if it is not Elon, it's our tax dollars going, and it's only being limited even more still to downtown.
Yeah,
I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you, Erasmo, because it's just odd that all this is downtown essentially. Where's the rest of the money to beautify and community improvement corporation? Why are you not giving out more money to outside of downtown?
Because it's only focused on downtown. Mm-hmm. All the monies are coming in. That big grant and the Elon Musk money are all centered downtown. Again, who benefits directly and indirectly from money being poured downtown?
Yeah,
Trey Mendez, the city commissioners. But let me say, woman, and I'm really very, very proud. And let me say this, because I got a lot of praise today.
A lot of it, really?
Yeah,
That's unheard of. That's unheard of, really.
Yeah, crazy.
Nobody praises you. Nobody praises you.
Not used to it.
But neither am I.
I got a lot of praise today and yesterday in regards to what's happened with this, because it's one of those things that they were going to keep uncovered, that we were never going to find out about, ever. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I'm very proud of that. But more than that, I'm very, very proud of the community members that are tired of it. Because, again, I'm going to say this, guys. I'm just a guy, and a handsome guy at that. But I'm just a guy out there. It's because the community unites and shares the information. That's what makes the difference, guys. It's not an Erasmo thing. It's a lot of folks out there that are on the same page in regards to wanting something better for the city of Brownsville. That's all it is, folks. And again, you could call it Erasmo, and these guys, they hate Brownsville, they're negative. You call it all you want. We can easily prove the contrary. And look, one of the things that I made mention today to, I was talking to Frankie, and I said, look, I still want them. I want them to come on. I want them to prove me wrong on one thing, just one. And look, Roman, I wanted to give the mayor the benefit of the doubt. I wanted a response. I wanted something, because I literally put Mayor Trey Mendez, Ramiro Gonzalez, they applied for this grant. They bought the Coca-Cola building. I placed their names out there, guys. So I expected a response. Him messaging me or, posting on social media or something, or responding saying, no, I did not. You are mistaken. The same way, Roman, that he very publicly came at me and said, you said that I was receiving money from the city of Brownsville. I am not. I have not. And that was a lie back then, and it's a bigger lie now.
Well, he didn't receive the 200,000 because it was pulled. The item was the agenda. So it's not bigger now, I would say. Now I'm playing semantics here, but the item was pulled from the agenda. Luis Saenz was there today and then immediately left after the items were pulled, and they went to the downtown money they gave out. He just took off. So why would Luis Saenz be there as a scare tactic to say, hey guys, I'm here watching you? And when was it pulled? I wasn't there, so I'm assuming you know. Was it pulled before the meeting? They just didn't bring it up, or was it? Oh, we're not gonna. This $200,000 thing is not going to be up for bid. Was it talked about at all during the meeting? Do you know anything about that?
This is what happened. They were going to go through with it, Roman, until we called them out on it. And because we called it out on them, they wanted it withdrawn from the agenda. It was too late. It was already on the agenda. Now, the way that it works, I think, and you know this, agendas have to be posted 72 hours. So in that time is when we posted in regards to the monies that they were making and the Coca-Cola building purchase. By then, it was too late to pull it. It would have been illegal to pull it without it actually going to the meeting and then being taken off there. So that is basically what happened. But I'm very, very proud of the DA. As that, he could have sent anyone out there. Anyone from his office could have been sent in order to, to make the statement. He wanted to make a major statement. He wanted to say, I am watching this very, very closely. But let me say, Roman, look, we caught this one, Roman. We caught this one. Because you make mention now, well, they didn't get the money this time. We caught this one. How many have we not caught?
Yeah, and that was going to be my next point. Would it have been better for your case and for other people's cases for the unveilment of the fact that this money was going to go potentially to Urban 8, and had it been passed, then we would have had an even bigger scandal? Would that have been better? Or would it have been better the way it happened now, that, hey, you caught it before the money was even approved and now we get that? Wouldn't it have been better? Well, which way would it be better?
I think that what's happened now, Roman, is that there's no putting it back into the drawer. I think what's going to happen is that the DA is going to be forced to investigate any and all other dealings that the mayor, Ramiro, Urban 8, or any other corporation have had in regards to receiving money. But let me say, Roman, and again, you've heard my spiel and my stances for a while now. My stances have not changed. They are the same. I always get asked, Erasmo, what is going to be the first thing that you do when you become mayor of the city of Brownsville? It's always been the same. I'm going to get rid of and decimate every single one of these boards and committees, guys. Because let me tell you guys, these boards and these committees, they know who the owners of Urban 8 was, Roman.
They had to have, unless they had like a spokesperson.
No, they had to have. They knew who it was, because you have to turn in all the documentation. I know, because we've requested money from BCIC. You have to turn in all your tax returns, your documents, everything. So they knew that it was Trey Mendez. They knew that it was Ramiro Gonzalez. They still permitted for it to be placed on the agenda, Roman. And
yeah, that's a fair argument. I think that's a fair argument. Absolutely. And they're obviously district attorneys investigating potentially this. There's your back.
Every single board out there, every single board out there, every single committee, it's always the same people, Roman. The majority of the people that sit on these boards and on these committees are yes people to the mayor and to the majority that sits there now. So we're never going to find out about Tenasca. We're never going to get answers in regards to PUB. We're about to start the development of El Jardín, Housing 8, and all this other crap. Who's making a buck? Who's making money off of that?
Somebody somebody has to be making money out of it, right?
They're going to start to remodel Buena Vista there on 14th and Tyler Street. Yeah, I mean, who's the contractor? How did he get the position? I mean, what is he breaking down with? And it's always the same individuals on these boards and committees. We've talked about Sampaio. Sampaio, Roman, has been on boards and committees for the past 30 years, Roman. 30 years. And it's the same with all these other individuals. It's just their yes people. That signs woman, that the other individual that's Mayor Tony Martinez's secretary is on there. It never ends, Roman. It's the same people over and over again. And we proved one thing 3 meetings ago. I'm sorry, maybe 5 meetings ago. We proved that doesn't matter how many people apply for positions. Because if you remember, we had like 20 people applying for GPEC.
Mm-hmm.
No one, and I can share with you proof that they handpick the people that are going to be placed on these boards and these committees.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know that individuals get phone calls saying, "Hey, we've got some boards and committees waiting for you," and they want to fill them up with their yes people. So any other regular citizens out there in the city of Brownsville is never going to be able to serve the city of Brownsville. And again, we're going to continue to fall into this money pit where they continue to pocket the money that should be going to your small business, my small business. Brownsville downtown will never amount to Austin 6th Street or Santos River or even McAllen's Main Street. I think Trey is being silent because he is lawyering up, and that would be the best advice anyone can give them.
And I have not reached out to him, just so everyone knows. I know I said I was going to try to, but I've been busy dealing with my own situation with BIC and things like that. So I'm dealing with that. Not that I'm going to jail or anything like that, but it's just I've been dealing with that, and I will reach out to him tomorrow. Going back to what you were saying, Doc, Juan Carlos, about even McAllen's Main Street. I mean, I'm not even sure it's even that great. McAllen Main Street. I think that's what they want. That's their goal. But there's not parking. There's no centralized thing going. Who wants to go through 12th Street all the way downtown from the expressway? It's not a pretty sight to go through there, unless you want them to go through 6th Street, which is by what is it? The federal courthouse. I'm not sure. I think you're right. Ultimately, we're never going to have the downtown that other entities have. But I'm not a huge fan of McAllen Main Street yet. That's just my point.
I haven't been there.
I love McAllen, though.
Maybe the DA's presence was not to intimidate anyone. Maybe he wants to see that he himself could get incriminated with what's going on. How do we know he not involved in this SOPA? Again, we don't know. I find it highly doubtful because last time I checked, I do not think that the district attorney has any interest or property downtown. But we don't know. Wouldn't be surprised if the old HEB on Elizabeth Street is going to have new owners soon. When there is blood in the streets, buy land.
Buy land. That's a good line. Sorry, caught that late.
I think one of the things that is going to happen is I think that the mayor has been a little bit deterred from the buying spree in regards to buying up all these properties from individuals that can't speak English and don't know what they're signing.
Will the district attorney be able to handle two potential cases, like the Minerva situation that's happening at BISD and potentially this situation? Can the DA handle both, or will one go away and the other one going to be focused on? What are your thoughts?
The DA has enough resources and enough staff to handle multiple cases. Plus, it's going to make him look like a superstar. I mean, if he literally goes out there to take down as a Minerva Peña and Trey Mendez at the same time, he's going to look like a superstar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I that's fair. Especially because we're still waiting for the other shoe to drop on the other people that were tied to the Sylvia Atkinson and the federal case that was supposedly should have been happening, or anybody hasn't. Have the Fed lost interest, and so now Luis is going to go in, the district attorney going to go in and handle some of these smaller cases. Or newer cases, I should say, not smaller, necessarily smaller.
Let me say is that when does it end? When does it stop?
It never ends.
No.
It never ends. This is the Rio Grande Valley. I mean, look at what's happening with the FBI doing investigations of water districts up in Hidalgo County. You had the former mayor of what is it? La Jolla, I think it was, her daughter getting arrested and now being charged guilty. You've had judges in Hidalgo County. It's a treasure trove of potential corruption here in the Rio Grande Valley. And the common denominator is the fact that we're a one-party area.
Look at the Harlingen mayor, Harlingen city manager. I mean,
let go. Yes.
Look at TEA coming down on Westlaco. Look at Westaco, I think Edinburgh. No, on Edinburgh, I can't remember which one.
The one with the forensic audit that happened with Westaco Forensic, they had a forensic audit. That's why forensic audits are very, very important. That's why when new board members come in, it's okay and it should do forensic audits. And that could sound like a scary word. It might sound like, oh, we're gonna try to go find criminality, and they're trying to tie it to election audits or whatever. It's just an audit. It's the right thing to do. Figure out what's been going on the last 5 years, especially if you're a new board member or a new group of board members. Now you're trying to go after the past guys to go after them. You want to know where you stand. You want to know where your administration stands. So it's fair and smart to do those things. I know other school districts are doing it or looking at doing it. Smaller school districts here in Cameron County, they're thinking of doing it. I think BISD should consider doing that as well, and McAllen ISD. Every school district should do that.
Well, you remember that we had 14 indictments. I mean, 18 indictments that were, awaiting from the district attorney.
Really?
Yeah, there were 18 sealed indictments.
I didn't know about that.
After the Sylvia Acton case.
And where are they now?
Well, we're still waiting.
Oh, wow.
So it's just going to be interesting.
Mm. So tell us about your Oaxaca trip a little bit. You haven't told people that are watching how it's going over there.
It's good. I just got here yesterday. No, this morning actually. And literally I was tired out. I actually wanted to head on over to Tule to go see that tree with the largest tree, thickest tree in the world. I just couldn't. There were a lot of protests here in Oaxaca. So a lot of the streets were blocked off.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you that people are asking for your presence, Snoopy and Peppermint Patty and others on Facebook. Like, where is he? Where's his show? How is this going on? He's in Facebook jail and things like that. So they don't know. They just think you're missing somehow. Unfortunately, you're gone. You posted something on Twitter about being gone in 3 days, and I'm like, are you trying to insinuate that you're Jesus Christ? I will come again in 3 days. I will rise again in 3 days. Is that what you're doing?
You have to. That's one of the things I hate about social media, Facebook. At any point in time, they're going to take you down and try to silence you. I mean, if they could do it to the president of the United States while he was in office, who's arrogant and suffice to think that they're not going to be doing it to them. It's just going to happen. So,
well, at least YouTube hadn't taken you down. I know YouTube went after people who were posting bad things about the pandemic and pandemic related things and taking down sites and accounts all over the place. So this is what it is. Social media doesn't want people to talk, whether one way or the other, and it's not cool. Now, in your situation, it was a video, and I know people. I talked about it on my Twitter feed. About the fact that you posted that child that was being bullied, whether it's fake or not, it looked real to people that saw it. It looked real enough for Facebook to remove you. So there it is, or put you on Facebook jail. The fact that he was wearing a political flag is important. And you are a media person, whether we want to believe it or not. You're part of the media, the new media. You're a blogger essentially. Why can't you have that information out there? Why does Facebook silence you and other members of the new media?
Facebook is. But let me say, Roman, do you remember back with the meat gate when the barbacoa gate?
Oh, okay. Not the fajita gate, not fajita gate, the different gate.
Yeah, I wasn't very active on the fajita gate, but let me say, guys, is that during the barbacoa gate, I was the one that exposed barbacoa gate, and let me say that again, I did something that I did these past 3 days. I went to the local media, guys. I shared the information that I had with Channel 23, Channel 4, Channel 5, Brownsville Herald. I shared the information with everyone. That imbecile, that stupid idiot, Derek Garcia said, there's no story there. Didn't even care to look into it because they have absolutely no is the investigative reporting skills, anything. All they do the Ryan Wolf. We're just out here for the likes and shares. That's all they care about. So as they didn't run with it. I ran with it. BISD took action. They shut down the department, and we came to find out that we were getting meat, tainted meat coming in from Mexico. And again, with this, I did the same thing. I mean, I contacted the media. I shared the information that I had with local media. Not a single one has run with anything as of yet. Now, I'm not saying that they're not investigating. I'm hoping that they are. There's a major story.
You didn't go to your friend Rudy Mireles, the one that got his Emmy Award nominated at Rudy Mireles, who I'm not a fan of, but whatever, you are. It's okay.
I sent him the information.
And he hasn't done anything.
Not yet. I did. But let me say that one of the things that I think, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because I think he's a good reporter. But one of the things that I did do was submit an open records request for BCIC in regards to any monies that have been applied for or applications withdrawn from Ramiro Gonzalez, Trey Mendez, Urban Aid, or anything that has to do with Dolici's Pizza or any of the other things. So I'm hoping that we get that information. This is what I think is going to happen, Roman. We're not going to get it. They're going to request or submit for a attorney general opinion. They always do. And the attorney general is going to rule on our side, but it's going to be 2 to 3 months from now before we get any of the information.
Yeah, I mean, even McAllen did that. I think McAllen, there was some immigration reporter, investigative reporters that were trying to get information as to how much money is being spent or sent to McAllen for the border security and all that good stuff. And McAllen was like, nope, go in, Attorney General. They even asked the same reporter, asked for information from El Paso, and El Paso was like, here you go. Here's the money. Here's the information. You asked for it. Here it is. So it's a really different dynamic from different communities throughout the valley and how they deal with open records requests.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. It's just my opinion concerning Mr. Castro on Facebook. I personally feel this is just another attack on him from a group of viewers. Yeah, probably. Who would you want to be on the board if you were to remove the members now, if elected mayor? Let me say that I would focus on individuals that have not had an opportunity to serve as of yet. Individuals who want to serve the city of Brownsville, just want to have a chance. I would change the process so that anyone that has served 2 terms will not be able to serve again for at least another 2 terms. Give somebody else an opportunity. One of the things that I think that is really important is we have to continue to make a lot of our college students, a little bit more civic savvy. Romy, that a lot of our college kids out there, they don't even know how to vote. They don't even care to register to vote. So, I would include some of these individuals into a lot of these the boards and committees, and not just necessarily the ones that are full of fluff, like the Brownsville Beautification Committee. That does absolutely well. I mean, they do.
They do some stuff. Like I would think we should do levels or tiers of these committees. Because we all know the big shiny ones would be BCIC, PUB, GBIC. Those would be probably your 3 major committees, and then you have other committees, and you have these peripheral committees that really don't do anything. That we have them in tiers. You can say, look, if you're an individual who wants to serve, you can only serve in this tier for a number of years, and then this tier number of years, and then you can go in there. Because what ends up happening is you get some of these committee members at BCIC, and we're going to put them over here. And PUB, and then we're going to put them over here in GB because they're our friends. We're going to just keep moving them out up here. And then you get these smaller committees that get no attention. You get the experience, and you don't get the difference of opinions. I think that would be a good potential plan to look at for the city.
I agree. It's time for my dinner date. And
cool. Dinner date. What are you going to have for dinner? Because they made me hungry, because I'm going to eat too. My wife is bringing me food after the show.
I'm actually going to go to a restaurant called La Casa de Oaxaca.
Good name.
Casa Oaxaca, and it's one of these nicer little restaurants. But today I did have the opportunity to go get some of the tlayudas and some of the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and get to this nice little niche restaurant, and
Mm-hmm.
then come back and just crash out. And tomorrow, I'm either going to go to the Tule, to the tree, or to some of the archaeological sites here.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you coming back? Soon.
Sunday night.
Okay, good. So that's when we expect. So between now and then, bad things will more likely happen at some point in Brownsville because you're gone. Yeah.
I'm kind of glad tomorrow Friday. Friday usually is a calmer day. So I'm glad that tomorrow's Friday. Saturday, it's Saturday, so it'll be okay. I should be back on Facebook on Saturday, so I'll do a show maybe Saturday night just to say, hey guys, we're back.
You have risen or something, like some sort of visual mass or whatever Saturday night.
You're better than Christ before Sunday.
Hey, oh, there you go. Hey, the Catholic Church, when they do Easter Sunday vigil mass. That's Easter at night once the sun goes down. So hey, Nadia, how you doing? I'm waiting for to watch HBO Max because I'm going to watch the new Sopranos prequel on HBO Max tonight. The Saints. Yeah, well, it's on the movies. I'm going to watch it. I'm just going to watch it on HBO Max. That's tonight. So it's the Saints of the Good of Newark or something like that. So I'll be doing that, and then after that's over, I'm going to start doing a Seinfeld binge on Netflix because Seinfeld is going to Netflix starting at 2:00 tonight.
I didn't know that they were showing on HBO Max, but I'm actually going to go watch it as well with you, Roman. I mean, not
okay, on HBO Max. On HBO Max. Okay, great.
Yeah,
I can't wait. No, not with me because I want to watch it by myself. No, nobody in my family likes Sopranos. I do, so I'll watch it. So yeah. So I don't know what time it comes out. Sometimes HBO Max is weird. These movies, they come out like these same day releases, theatrical releases. Sometimes it's at 7:00 in the afternoon or the evening, the day before, and then sometimes it's at 11 Central Time, and then sometimes it's at 2:00 Central. So I have no idea when it's going to happen.
I just went on. I don't see it.
It's not on yet. It doesn't come out till later, like tonight sometime. It depends. Also depends what plan you have. If you have the $14.99 plan, you get to watch it. If you have the cheaper plan, you don't get to watch it.
No, I have the expensive plan.
At least
I need to update my payment. Actually,
yeah, it's worth it. I mean, you get the newest stuff. You don't have to go to the theater to watch it because that's going to happen this month, and you have Dune later on this month. It's going to be great, and you can also watch Cry Macho, which I have yet to see, with the Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah. Awesome. Yes, Roman states it's going to be tonight, so it's going to be worth.
Yeah, tonight. I'll post it on my Facebook when it starts because I don't want to be disturbed. Sopranos rule.
No. Send me a text message. If you
I will. I most definitely. But you got to have the $14.99 plan.
I do.
Okay. Yeah, watch that one.
I have to update my payment though. I know that they sent me a text message, but I'll do that. Hey, guys, one of the things that I've been mentioning after I got blocked from Facebook this time. I watched The Sopranos with you, buddy. I had the free HBO Max plan because we have Spectrum basic cable. Great, awesome.
As long as you're paying HBO with on cable, you get it also. So yeah. Mm-hmm. If you have HBO on cable, it's part of the digital tier. I don't know. It's the silver plan. The silver plan with HBO, you got it. You don't have to pay for HBO Max. You already have it because you're paying for it on cable.
It's crazy.
I like saving money. I'll text you, Nadia. I will, most definitely.
Guys, have a great evening. Roman, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you Monday.
Yeah. And just, by the way, if you haven't liked my page on Facebook, I will probably be doing a late show tonight, maybe for a little bit before the show starts. So God bless, man. Take care.
Sopranos hits, huh? Unless Sopranos hits. Guys, have a great evening.
Oh, so I didn't hear you. I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Sure. Guys, thank you all for coming on. Again, sorry for the time change. Sorry for not being on Facebook, but it is what it is. Thank you to the 24 people who showed up tonight. Greatly appreciated, despite the fact that we were out of our time slot. I love you all. Appreciate you guys. Be good to each other, and please continue to be good to me. God bless.